Now in prime time from the Bay Area's local news station, you're watching KRON 4 News at 8.
We're joined right now by Catherine Ferrigno, an attorney based in Los Angeles. Thanks for joining us, first of all, Catherine. Here we are approaching that Sunday date that the president had talked about this week. What would be the main concern from your angle? What would be your main recommendation to folks who are concerned out there this evening?
One of my first concerns is for those people that have final removal orders, because I understand that those are people who are going to be specifically targeted. So it's important for those people to speak with their attorneys right away about having a stay prepared so that they can file that in an emergency situation if they are targeted over this weekend.
Now, since it is a weekend, I do imagine it's going to be a little difficult for those who are detained to get in touch with legal counsel or something like that. What should they do if they run into that problem?
There are some emergency hotlines in place, so they should check their city, what's available in their city. I know here in Los Angeles, we do have some emergency contacts that are on standby. And hopefully they've been in contact with their attorneys ahead of today, and they should be on standby ready for, this may be happening.
Catherine, when we talk about warrants that are needed to go inside someone's house, I know there's an administrative warrant, but then there's also a warrant signed by a judge. If you could explain the importance of the difference between these two, because one is needed for them to be allowed to go into somebody's house.
Exactly. That's a very important distinction that people should definitely be aware of, is that a warrant to enter your home, it has to be signed by an actual judge. So if somebody from ICE shows up and they show a document that is not signed by a judge, do not open the door. You do not have to. And also, if somebody does show up at the home, make them slip it under the door and inspect it before opening that door. But another important distinction is that if you are out in public, that's a different story. The warrant signed by the judge applies, that restrictions in place if they're trying to enter your home. So if you are potentially being targeted, you may want to stay inside your home while this is going on.
I think a lot of folks will be obviously nervous and whatnot when those agents do knock on their door. And I think we should maybe talk a little bit about the importance of remaining calm and going with the process with, if they do have the correct paperwork to go into your home. How important is it that these immigrants follow the procedure?
Yes, definitely try to remain calm because you don't want to appear combative or anything. If there's a neighbor there, they're also allowed to video what is happening to make sure that things are being handled properly. Also, remain silent and say that you want to speak with an attorney. Do not lie. You never want to claim citizenship if you are not a citizen, because that could actually make your case way worse down the road. So definitely just stay calm and remain silent and state that you want to speak with your attorney. And so those are the important things to remember.
Catherine Ferrigno, I know this is a very busy time for you right now. Thank you so much for joining us. Hope to touch base with you in the next 24 to 48 hours.
One last piece of very strong advice, do not sign anything as well, because they could actually try to get you to sign away rights and sign a voluntary departure order. So do not sign anything without your lawyer present also.
Good advice. Thank you, Catherine.